So I have been working on and playing with this mostly for the past week. Now this guitar is modelled on a Fender Telecaster, but is not a genuine Fender Telecaster. This is in fact a Crinson Telecaster. Now, having first-hand experience of these guitars and sort of knowing Mr. Crinson, as it were, I understood every part of the build of this guitar, because this was actually built for my old man. This guitar is basically built completely spec-wise on a 50s broadcaster Telecaster, early model sort of, electric guitar designs. Crinson himself used to build sort of woodwind instruments and stringed instruments for orchestras, so he did understand what he was doing when it came to building, guitars, I guess. He decided one day he was going to have a go at it, and sure enough, this was the result. In fact, this was the result, and the result was actually so popular that he ended up building a run of them. I don't know anyone else that has one of these guitars, but if anyone wants to get in touch and let me know theirs, that'd be great. It's basically been crafted from the highest possible spec for a Telecaster as you can probably get. I get that custom shop and master built ones are excellent. However, there are sometimes things that are, I guess, overlooked, whether they don't get the aging right or whatever it is. Either way, the bottom line is it's a plank of an electric guitar. There's no real, there's craftsmanship that go into building certain things like guitars, but there's less work that goes into one of these than there would be a Les Paul standard or a custom, perhaps. So essentially you are just buying sort of two planks of wood bolted together. However, what those planks of wood are made of is probably where the most important bit comes in. This specific one is made of light swamp ash, which was imported from the States by Mr. Crinson to make this run of Telecasters. And you can tell that it's light ash, not only because of the way that it looks in the grain and the sort of, if you get up close to it, which obviously you probably can't through a video, but the main thing is the actual weight of it. It weighs absolutely nothing. It's a super lightweight guitar. The maple as well is massive. The quality of the maple is incredible, and you can feel that in your hand. It feels like a genuinely, an old guitar, I suppose, which is what he was going for, because obviously it's got the aging and the butterscotch finish has gone through, but he's used the right techniques to paint them. So obviously it's got a thin undercoat, one layer of blonde on the top, Bakelite guard. The pickups are Telecaster pickups. I believe they're custom shop ones, which have been rewound by Mr. Crinson. Whether or not that's true or not, I mean, he had mentioned this to us that that's what he'd done, so I assume that that's correct. Everywhere else is just is like a stock 52 Tele, but the thing that really draws everyone to this guitar is the fact that it weighs nothing, it plays great, and it sounds phenomenal. So anyway, without further ado, I'll give it another quick blast. I'm going straight through into a dual Showman reverb behind me for that sort of Fender twang. And I got a delay pedal here as well, a carbon copy, and a Rothwell Hellbender overdrive for a bit of gain. So anyway, let's just have a listen to see how it sounds. I'll just mess around in B and we'll see where we end up. Right on. Hey, if anyone has any info on these guitars, give me a shout. This one's basically incredible. There's not really a lot else I can say on them, really, but the Crinson thing is an interesting one. If you look it up on forums, you'll probably see a fair bit about them on there, but if you find one, try it out. You won't be disappointed. Yes. Anyway, take care. Tune in again. I'll make more videos. See you soon.